All right, we're back. This series was a smash success. The last episode, you know, the like to dislike ratio was something I've never seen before on Inspire's channel. Usually he gets so many dislikes, it's embarrassing. But
yeah,
that video did you know, quite
My fans
well.
love me.
Did quite well. So we have some more questions here today focusing around quote unquote competitive Destiny 1, which is, you know, quote unquote because it didn't really get any official support. But, you know, there were tournaments here and there and people have been playing, you know, the sweats for 2.5, 3 years now. So just questions about that. Destiny 1, PvP, competitive, moving forward, talking about competitive, potentially Destiny 2. So the first question is, around when did you start playing competitive Destiny? Were you driven to be the best, or did you just think like playing against other top people would be fun? So to rephrase it, was your goal to get anything out of it, like winning tournaments or winning any sort of event? Or, you know, maybe like looking forward, you were optimistic that Destiny would have competitive support and you wanted to be the best for that? Or did you just think that playing against good people was a lot of fun?
Sonic, you go first. Mine is a long answer.
I literally started streaming when I first started my competitive like Korean Destiny. The reason why I started, because I kind of wanted exposure for my Twitch, but I didn't really think I was gonna be that good at it.
Confirmed.
I know. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't think I was gonna be that good until, like, you know, teens started picking me up, and my channel started growing. A lot of people started watching, and yeah, and it's also a lot of fun, man, when you're playing against your friends and stuff. So
I agree. Spire, what's your answer on this one?
Well, this game was made by Bungie. I thought it was going to be like the next Halo as far as competitive. So when I started playing, I took it as serious as anybody could possibly take it. I started my own clan. I remember when I had my own clan, Pro Logic, it was called. We'd spend hours in pubs searching for other teams. If we would match one person, we'll just back out. We would always search for a team to play because I wanted to shit on everybody. That was my goal, just to destroy everybody. And that's actually how I ran into SirDimetrious over here and his clan, Forget the Rest. I ended up playing them in pubs. I still remember like it was yesterday. It was
it was me. No, it was me, Manny, and a friend from school against you, Crafty, and someone.
Wait, was it? I thought that was the second time.
No, that was the first time. That was the first time I ever played you. No,
because I remember BD from the LK was in there because I was sniping against him and he's the one who noticed.
No, the first time I ever played you was when you were playing with Crafty.
Oh, well, anyways, I ran into a clan called Forget the Rest, and they were impressed with my sniping skills. And at the time, I think they were probably the best clan along with like Final Boss. They were like one of the most feared clans, and I told my clan to put their tryhards on and we're not going to lose against them. We ended up losing, but by like 100, 200 points, and I was shitting on them with a sniper, so I ended up getting picked up from them and developed relationships, got to know everybody else in the sweat community, played sweats, and then just kept moving on up from there. Yeah, so that's how I got into it.
Okay. So, I guess for me, it was like, cause I was in Forget the Rest, the clan he was talking about originally. And when, like, the clan that I was in, it was very revolved around statistics. A lot of people were obsessed or self-absorbed, even with KD ratios.
Shout out to Logan again.
Win-loss ratios. We had our leader was his win-loss ratio was 280 to 1. He had like a 7 KD. We had someone with a 9 KD and an 8 KD. Ridiculous win-loss. And so we had the leaderboard people, and as leaderboard people, all my friends and people, the clanmates or whatever, always wanted to play against other people that they recognized from the leaderboards, or that maybe were streamers, or that were recognized as being really good. So for us, when we'd be playing skirmish all day, and if we matched up against another team that we either recognized from leaderboards or recognized from a Twitch stream, or just knew were overall good people, we wanted to beat them. So that excitement that we got from matching up with them randomly was really exciting, because you see these names on the leaderboards, but you wonder how good they actually are. And for me, we figured out the whole search eval thing, where you can manipulate the matchmaking to play against other people that you know, or basically intentionally match up against certain people as long as you're both doing it correctly. And it was just fun playing people that you knew were good, but it was kind of like a test to prove who was really the best. And then I just kind of did it every day, and then it evolved from there into playing tournaments or, you know, whatever, you know, everything it's led to. That's basically where it started.
That's what I wish more people would do, man. You gotta want to destroy everybody. You gotta be willing to match teams all day long just to say, fuck you, I don't care who you are, I'm gonna shit on you. Because that was my intentions. I didn't play nobody unless it was a team. I don't care if the team was shitty. We only would match teams, and I wish more people had that drive to get good. We had better teams out there.
Oh yeah, most definitely. The second question is, what was the first major tournament you played in, or in this case, because your memory is incredibly poor, which was the first major tournament that you remember playing in, and what was your experience within that or in that tournament?
When I was playing with TKO, they were one of my buddies. We used to play together all the way back since like year 2 Destiny, when year 2 first came out. I teamed with them, and we were actually going against SirD himself, and we kind of lost due to getting bungeed. My melee whiffed on Sawyer or SirD, and we end up losing because of that. And that was my first experience when it was actually close. We're in the semis, but we're in the quarters, I think.
Wait, you lost by 1 kill, and it was because of the melee?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was really bad.
Yeah, my melee registered. His did not. It would have been a trade otherwise, but
yeah, but we would have won though, because we were up more points.
You might have been up like 10 points or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Inspire, what was your first tournament experience?
I know I played in the originals, the first tournament ever, the Sixes tournament with Frostbolt, Insanity. I can't even remember who the other people were, but I know we lost in like the third.
Bad BK, White Miles Davis.
Yes, those
Baby
guys.
Rancher.
Wow. Yeah, I totally forgot about them. That's crazy. I wonder if they still have me. Yeah, we played the Sixes tournament. We lost. I don't remember how bad, or if it was just fun to play in the first tournament. We weren't even really a team. We just liked to play together. The last tournament I remember fondly. I came back after like a year hiatus, played for a few weeks. You know, didn't really understand the meta as I should have, and I was too used to third-person shooting, 60 FPS, learning a whole nother game. But yeah, I got destroyed in what was it, the second round or something. I got completely annihilated, pretty much goosed, and I've been violently upset ever since.
Violently upset.
No, it was fun though. I don't regret playing it at all. But that's the last one I remember. It wasn't a very fond memory, but hey, what can I say?
I guess so. And I guess no one else will ask me what mine was. But I'll answer the question anyways. It was the same exact tournament as the first 6v6 tournament. It was back in I think it was like January of 2015, if I remember correctly. It was around that time, or maybe February or something like that. But I was playing. So I just left. Forget the rest. I joined iAM, and we ended up getting second, I believe. So we had a semi-final series against Final Boss, not the Halo team. It's kind of like a mimic / recreation of it. Like, it wasn't affiliated with them at all. It was just kind of like they stole the name, I guess. But they're really good. We ended up clutching that series. I think I had like a lot of 20+ kill games or something. I just remember that series being really fun, and that I did really well in it. And then like moving forward to the finals, I just messed around with my sensitivity a ton, and I switched shotguns I was using. I took quick draw for some reason because I wanted to slide really far.
Wow.
And it just didn't work out very well because everyone, I don't know, it just wasn't a good series, but it was fun just playing everyone. Tournaments weren't really that big. I don't think it was as exciting really, because the streaming aspect wasn't there. Like, there was no people watching it. We had no audience at the time, and the streamers that you might recognize that were playing in it then right now, like Lumi or Frostbolt, or whoever didn't really. I think Frostbolt, that tournament was the first time he ever streamed before.
And Lumi was on MLG back then.
Yeah, he was on MLG TV. So these people didn't really have that big of audiences. So it was more of like a private sort of thing, a smaller event, but it was still really fun.
Community.
Yeah, pretty much. So the next question, I guess we're moving on. How much do you think you've progressed as a competitive player? Not specifically for Destiny, so not just like, yeah, I've gotten better at Destiny. Obviously, if you play the game for 3 years, you're gonna get better as you go. But what do you think you've taken away from playing in tournaments and all that you might not have known before? Like for me,
for games period.
For me, yeah, like for me, though, like this was really the only shooter I've played. On any serious note, I guess. Like Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2, I played zombies. I played on a big like 70-inch flat screen TV while laying on a couch in the living room. But I never I didn't have a headset. It was just me there playing. But for Destiny, I had a headset. I was talking to people. I had a monitor. I was taking it seriously, and I was like trying to be better or trying to be good at the game. So I hadn't experienced, like I hadn't played GBs or anything for any other game. I hadn't played any competitive, in any competitive setting. So, for me, Destiny was my first experience. So do you think?
Man, that's crazy.
Do you think you've taken away anything from Destiny that you might not have known before?
Sonic, you want to answer first?
I think it was I progressed as a competitive player how I did it was from like due to my age, because when I was young I used to play recklessly. I didn't, I wasn't amazing. I used to play Halo, and then over time as I got older I got better. I knew how to play well, and that's about it, man. I think it's just age. Over time you just get used to it, and that's how I got better. Just keep on playing.
I've been competitively gaming more than 10 years, but I remember as long as I can remember, like Halo 2 maybe. The neighborhood, like you always wanted to be the best, and I still remember back then.
Oh my God, I remember that.
I still remember back then trying to always shit on people and always try to make sure I was on top.
Like if you win a competitive match in Halo, they would like message you 1v1 me, or some like play my team or something like that. It was awesome.
Yeah, it was a big deal. I mean, that carried on throughout the years. Every single game I played, I've always ended up amongst the top tier players because I always wanted to. And I would always try my ass off. But what I learned from Destiny,
never use your primary ever.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Never do that. It's just not.
Never use your primary. Abuse your abilities.
Throw lots of grenades.
Yes. Your super, your Stormcaller, your melee across map. I don't know, bro. Anything that's doesn't.
Anything. Yeah. Just please just get rid of the primaries.
Oh, I know what I've learned. Don't try to be a hero. Use the broken subclasses. Use the broken weapons, because everybody else will. And if you think you're better than that, you'll just get outgunned and outkilled every single time and get infuriated about it. So, yeah, that's what I learned.
Abuse it yourself.
So for me, I don't think it's anything specific to Destiny. I think it's just that it was my first ever shooter, and I guess not necessarily first and last, but it's the only shooter that I've played at a higher level, I guess. So it was kind of like a learning experience playing against other people, but you learn that, especially now in this meta, you have to play a lot more cautiously. And I think that I learned that when I made the transition from shotgunning to sniping, like at the end of year 2, early year 3, that's when I learned how to play a lot smarter and make smarter decisions, I guess. But I guess just Destiny in general, since it's the first shooter I've really played, it's taught me basically, I guess, everything so far.
Well, yeah, and I hope they up the competitive scene in Destiny 2 as far as like the way the game mechanically works, because in my opinion, Destiny 1 just couldn't be considered like ultra 100% competitive, because just the way the game mechanically worked and how much bullshit was involved. Like a lot of the other games I play competitively were always 60 FPS, and I was always doing well against it, because when I died, it was my fault and I could fix that mistake. In Destiny, you die to a lot of bullshit all the time, which makes me very angry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Desync.
So what do you think? What do you think about hand cannons Destiny 1? Even though I think at a point early Taken King they were quite bad, but pretty much besides that era, I know in the alpha and beta they were terrible. But yeah, for the most part, hand cannons have been the meta in Destiny 1. Do you think that hand cannons will be the meta in Destiny 2? But it's gonna be a little bit different because we have two primary slots. We have the primary slot and the energy slot. Do you think, like, what do you think the best setup is going to be? Just based off the weapons we've seen so far, which isn't really a good gauge, but basing off what we know from Destiny 1 with how, you know, pulse rifles, auto rifles, hand cannons, how weapons function, like what would, like right now, if you were thrown into a $20,000 tournament finals in Destiny 2, what weapons would you pick? Just based on what you know right now for your primary
Sonic.
primary
I would
slots.
probably pick a pulse rifle for D2, right?
Yeah,
So
for Destiny
a
2.
pulse rifle and a hand cannon, or for my secondary would be a hand cannon. My heavy slot would be a sniper rifle, and then I'll be playing Void Walker.
Excuse me, it's called a power ammo slot, I believe.
Okay.
It's not heavy ammo,
chill
it's a
out.
power
You need to
ammo.
chill out.
I mean, I read the books, you know, I put the time in.
Okay, you need to chill out, bud.
That's crazy. I would probably go with the exact same. I mean, a lot of it depends on the maps as well.
And like, if the weapons are powerful too.
The maps are different, but I think like Destiny 1, they're all very similar. They're all very similar with how they play out.
Yeah.
So like hand cannons just fit the maps on Destiny 1, and I feel like as long as they don't change too much stuff, I think pulse and hand cannons kind of be like, it's kind of going to be the best loadout.
I think hand cannons will forever be the meta just because how fast they kill. They kill faster and everything.
They might like put a lot of emphasis on scout rifles actually, because they've been basically the bottom they've been the bottom of the barrel weapon primary wise for pretty much the entirety.
How would they make that better though? It's a long range weapon.
No, what makes scouts bad, I've covered this in videos, but they need to make it so that when you're aiming a scout, it aims in quicker. They need to make it so you flinch less when you're getting shot by a scout rifle and you put out more flinch. If all those factors are integrated, if you're at medium range, if you hit all your headshots, you will be outgunning.
Oh, look, but the problem with that is if somebody slides around the corner and starts shooting you, you're dead no matter what. If you have a scout rifle,
you're dead if you.
Like,
you're dead.
100%.
Yeah, but that's part of that comes. But at the same time, if someone's long range, and they have a hand cannon, and you have a scout rifle, they're dead. So
realistically, nobody will ever be long range shooting at you with a hand cannon. They'll be sliding around corners, sliding around cover. They're always moving.
Maybe not shooting at you, but they'll be like, people will be exposed at long range, especially in like objective based game modes. If we see any of those,
well, I mean, competitively, I don't think a scout rifle will ever see play in competitive.
No, honestly, but we have two primary slots now. So for example, is the transition, or is the difference between a scout and a pulse that significant? Do you think someone's gonna be punished?
Yep.
Is someone gonna be punished extremely hard for running a scout rifle as one of their weapon setups? I don't think so.
I think a pulse just does better even at longer ranges. You'll throw on like a range, or I don't know if rangefinder's still in the game, but even in Destiny 1, you throw on a rangefinder pulse rifle with max stability, you can still shit on a scout rifle. It's like, I don't know what scout rifles does better, honestly.
It depends what scout you're using. Depends what scout. I mean, I'm saying possibly we might see them, because when weapons just get no attention, sometimes they give them a ridiculous buff. Like hand cannons. Do you know how much the IS Luna archetype hand cannon did in the Destiny Alpha?
I don't remember.
It did 63 damage for a headshot.
At what range?
Right in front of their face.
Really?
Yeah, they were useless. They're terrible weapons, and everyone commented about how horrible they were, and they buffed them extremely hard. Yeah, they were not good at all. But do you think that people, it's like, what are some things that you think people can do to help get a nice little boost at the start of Destiny 2? Because we don't know if the game's going to be competitive. We don't know if there's developer support for that. But if someone's trying to get into the competitive scene, what is one thing they can do to help themselves? Like
Sonic.
It's like, statistically, do you think that grinding and getting a ridiculous KD is the right way to go, or maybe the wrong way to go, or like, what would you?
Well, actually, let me answer first. If you want to get known right off the bat, your best bet is probably leaderboards, because then people will notice you.
Especially when a game comes out, people look at that.
People look at leaderboards. Yeah.
Game, like if, for instance, if you're playing like a computer game,
make sure you get the top of the leaderboard. Make sure your PSN is the exact same as your Twitch name. And put twitch.tv/ whatever in your clan tag. Well, if it's the exact same, people can just go, oh, maybe this person's really good. Maybe this person streams.
But still, mine's not. Mine's not the same, but like it's kind of the same. I don't have the X in it.
That would be the fastest way to get known. Period. You just have to beat out a guy named Logan. He will grind 24/7, and he will.
Yeah, but there's no 3v3 though. It's gonna be a little bit more difficult without 3v3. That game mode was a farm, an absolute farm.
But people are still gonna be KD whoring regardless of what number the game mode is.
And it doesn't have to be KD. If you can lead, maybe oh my God, this like KJ Hovey. I don't know about leaderboards, but he got a lot of exposure just because of he posted videos and he was really good at sniping, and that's what he was known for. Right off the bat, and you'll get these bigger YouTubers or bigger people that will shine a spotlight on you. And if you're
stand out, basically stand out, find something you're really good at and do it better than everybody else, and people will notice
like remember when Overwatch beta came out, everyone was watching. Everyone was Seagull this, Seagull that. Oh, Twitch.tv/A_Seagull. Watch Seagull, he's the best. Watch Seagull, he's the best player. And just because he was a really good player, he had a Twitch channel and he blew up just because of how good he was. He's not the most entertaining human on earth, but he is extremely good at the game.
Exactly.
So I think that's gonna wrap it up. So in summary, for that last question, if you want to get known, if you want to get into the mix for the competitive scene, because we don't have private matches, we don't even know if we have ranked off of the launch of the game. So if there's one thing you can get good at, it's just light up the leaderboards, stream on Twitch so that you get exposure, and from then people will either want to play with you or play against you, or at least they'll at least heard of you before, which is good. So that's it. We'll have another episode, I guess you'd call it, going up in a few days probably, if we can think of another topic. But for now, taking over Inspire's channel. So thanks for watching. It's been really fun just sitting here in this hot room recording, and yeah, see you in the next video.
Peace out.